for coming out to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast. What's going on, Miami? Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. I know I am. This weather is bipolar once again in the city of Miami because it's raining and then there's sunshine. And then it rains again and then it drizzles and then sunshine. And then it becomes this big cycle of, can I go out or not, Miami? Yeah, it don't matter. I'm just going to go to a bar anyway. Not drinking yet. Just kidding. I'm almost there. It's already come to a point in my sobriety that I'm already counting down the days to start drinking again. And I think it will be either in September when I go to Alaska. By the way, big show happening in Alaska in September. Big, I tell you. It's huge. Is that a good Trump impression? Anyways. And then maybe even in December. I'll try to push it an extra 2 or 3 months. But I miss alcohol, and weather like this reminds me on how fun it is to drink, because it's either you're indoors when it's raining and you're having some booze, or you're outdoors barbecuing or by a pool, or hell, even when you sneak in bottles to the Miami beach and you start boozing by the ocean. Absolutely fantastic experiences. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Alcohol is something I miss dearly, but I mean, look at me. I'm glowing. I'm glowing through my sober phase. Look at this, Miami. All right. Not enough. All right, Manny. Let's get to the show. Cut it out. All right. Today we're going to be talking about Homestead, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. All right. So last night I drove all the way to Homestead, and I never like going there, but I got a little booty call that hit me up over at home. No, you know what? I'm not going to lie. Don't do this, Manny. I hit up a booty call in Homestead, and she was down, and I drove there. I was like, I'll come to you. And I as I'm driving in Homestead, I reminded myself that I don't really go to Homestead often. Homestead to me is just one of those areas that I'm surprised is still even considered Miami. Like, who even lives in Homestead? Apparently this booty call does. She's a good friend. We haven't seen each other in a while. It's been like over a year. And, we hit it off immediately. But as I was driving there, I was like, man, I should hit her up for some gas money. But like, I'll come to you, but, gas prices are a little high. Can you cash at me? The D is good. Come on, girl. Don't play with me. Send over a little something. Okay? I'm coming to you. I'll tell you what. I'll grab a pizza along the way. Huh? Let's go over to the chat. I already see it getting lit. JJ's in. JJ says, what I missed? What's going on? We're talking about Homestead. Have you ever driven a long time to get to a booty call? Have you ever been in Homestead and wondered why people live there? For me, Homestead is one of those areas in Miami that I consider it to be country. Miami has a country life. That's how diverse we are as a city, that there's even a country life. That if you go down south enough, right before Key West and a little to the right of the Everglades, there's country. There's a Cracker Barrel there. During the daytime, Homestead is kind of nice. When the sun is out, there's trees, there's farmlands, there's animals. See a couple of crocodiles crossing the streets, there's some anacondas. Okay? During the daytime, it's a pretty colorful area. It's at night when you're driving through Homestead and you're taking the back roads, as I was trying to get to this girl. As I was taking the back roads of Homestead, I started realizing that Homestead can be kind of creepy late at night. Have you been to Homestead in the middle of the night? Especially when it's raining. Okay? I thought I was in Jurassic Park when I was driving through Homestead through the rain in the middle of the night. And you know what? With the size of the alligators that live in the Everglades, you might not be that far off from seeing an actual dinosaur somewhere there. You see some creepy stuff when there's one light post every half mile and you're just driving through country road. Okay? And you start noticing like scary things. Like I saw a food truck parked in an empty parking lot with the lights on, serving food like if it was a trap. You know how like they have the white vans and the pedophiles like offer candy to the kids in the white, like how that's the whole like stereotypical thing for pedos. I think there's adult versions of that, and they are food trucks offering munchie food for people who are high and or drunk in Homestead. And then you park there. It's like, what do you guys got, gyros? And then bam, you got kidnapped because you're too high. I really think they should film a horror movie in Homestead. At night, Okay, there's something there. Let me go over to the chat here once again. What's going on? Zombie Country, what's up, Vikes? Zanny, welcome. Maricela, Jay said the ladies love food trucks. Yeah, I know, JJ, I understand. But the thing is, it's creepy. You're gonna scare the girl if you're driving through Homestead and you're like, "Are you hungry, baby girl?" There's a food truck right there in the forest. You tell a girl you're gonna drive through the forest to get her to a food truck, she's gonna jump out of the car. There ain't no way. So Homestead at night is this whole different experience that I wasn't expecting, and lo and behold, I end up in the middle of like I was in the farmland. Like she told me to go to some bar in the middle of the farmlands over by Chrome Ave. Like if you go deep down Chrome Avenue, there's a brewery there, and it's like huge, and they've got DJs. And one big red flag when you approach a bar is seeing motorcycles parked outside. Oh, my heart fell when I pulled up, and there was more motorcycles in the parking lot than there are cars. Red flag. You shut your mouth. In situations like that, it's always a good idea to carry a "Let's Make America Great Again" hat in the back, just in case. You know, just in case you're of Hispanic descent, you're the wrong race, or you seem too progressive. You got a nose piercing, you got a couple of tattoos that kind of throw people off. What you representing, boy? You know, that kind of thing. That's when you go pop the trunk, you put on a MAGA hat, and you're safe. All right, you walk in, you're almost like a mini celebrity when you got a MAGA hat on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to buy a MAGA hat for situations like these, because I went to this bar, bunch of motorcycles, and I just wish I could just reach to the back of the seat, pull out a MAGA hat, pop it in, walk in. People start giving me a standing ovation. How you doing, sir? Class A experience, 5-star review, customer service. Have a seat there, son. How are you? I'm doing fine, thank you. I hope you have only male and female restrooms in this establishment. You goddamn right we do, boy. All right, so I pull up. I'm in this bar. I'm fearing for my life. I'm wearing a Miami comedy shirt. You ain't from around here, are you, boy? Right? I'm already thinking stuff like that's about to go down. And then as I walk in, you know, they're playing 90s DJ music. I meet the girl, have a great conversation. We did our thing in the parking lot. In and out. That's the kind of romance I like. I can write a whole romance novel, 15 pages long, on little mini hookups like this, where it's just like, this is easy. Like, I like this. This person understands me. We're good friends. In and out, satisfaction, guaranteed. And that's it. And, but as I was driving through Homestead, and then I was leaving, it was raining again, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, what do people do here? If there's a nightlife in Homestead, but it's like in the middle of nowhere, and then how do you promote that? How do you describe the nightlife over in Homestead? Do you put like a pig, an alligator, and a horse on the flyer to attract the locals? Hey, there's going to be pigs there. There's going to be a petting zoo at 3 a.m. You start boozing. So much possibilities over in Homestead to really make a nightlife scene like no other. And to consider it still Miami is pretty interesting. How many times are you going to go to Club Live, or how many times are you going to go to Las Rosas, or what's another one? Club Story in Miami Beach. It was like, well, have you ever been to the backcountry side of Homestead during the nightlife there? It's insane. You could ride a horse while you're drunk. It's amazing. The horse starts jumping in, starts vibing with the crowd. You know? VJ says, Brickle, baby. Yeah, shout out to JJ, who is the host of our Dom's Brickle comedy show. So make sure you guys check that out. It's really been blowing up. So it's got a night. And let's go ahead and do an intermission right here. Just slide in a little bit of an ad. So JJ, the hottest in the city, quote unquote, is hosting our Tuesday night shows over at the Dom's and Brickle. And that show is special. Seats about 20 people, about 5 tables. It's about 2 each plus the bar. We always have a good show there. So if you guys want to see the number one smack talker in the chat during these live streams performing live, it's the same experience, but coming out of his mouth. All right, he just goes up on stage, and the same way he takes over the chat is the same way he takes over the stage. There you go. There's the plug. Okay. All right. So what else is there in Homestead? I've been to Homestead. The last few times I remember I've been to Homestead was Knausberry Farm, which I know is big over there. Knausberry Farm is a place that serves apparently some of the best cinnamon buns in all of Miami, and people drive an hour to go south, and then get this, they wait in line to go get a cinnamon bun. All right, I did this one time and one time only. It was my first and last. Were the cinnamon buns worth it? They're good. They're really good. I also got some spicy honey. But I'm not going to wait in line in the sun with a bunch of other people getting breakfast pastries in Homestead. Somebody was hyping me up so much so that I got upset when I was waiting in line. I was like, I can't believe I woke, and then he made me wake up early. Hey, you got to wake up early. You got to go in line over at Knausberry Farms in Homestead. You got to try out those cinnamon buns. And I'm waiting in line. I'm just looking. I'm like, is this for real? In line in Homestead on a Tuesday at 10 in the morning, just waiting. I was like, oh boy, I can't wait to cheat on my diet. I'm waiting in line to put 1,000 calories in me. Is it worth it? No, it ain't worth it. I ate the whole thing, but still, no, man. Never again. I say that now, and then probably like later on down the line, you're probably going to see me waiting in line again. Hey, aren't you the Miami comedy guy? I thought you said you weren't coming out here no more. Nah, man, I never said that. Let's eat. Here's the thing, man. When it comes to sugary pastries, anything that's a sugary pastry tastes like a sugary pastry. You can't escape it, okay? The same Cinnabons you get over at Knausberry Farms are the same Cinnabons you can get over at Costco. Hell, you can even get a honey bun, put it in the microwave for 10 seconds, let it soften, right? Let the sugar go all over. You got yourself a makeshift cinnamon bun. Just close your eyes and pretend you're eating cinnamon. You're in there. It's the same thing. It's sugar and dough. Why are you going to wait in line for that? So that's one of the things that came to mind when I thought about Homestead. What else is there? What else is there to do? Homestead, surprise me. Another thing that I remember, I think I visited a long time ago, Coral Castle. And if I remember the story correctly, which is a very upsetting story, because when they told me this story, I got a little upset. Hell, I'm getting upset right now just thinking about this story. Where a guy got stood up at the altar, marrying the love of his life, about to marry the love of his life, and then she bailed last minute and ran away. Now, I don't know if this is a true story or not, but then this guy built a castle in Homestead. This didn't happen in Miami, by the way. This happened somewhere else. And then he went to Homestead, and he's like, I'm going to build a castle, and I'm going to marry her here. And then he thought he was going to impress a girl by building this coral castle, and that she was going to be like, oh, my ex is over in Homestead building me a castle. Excuse me, I better go back and finish my vows. Lo and behold, she never came back. You know why? Because you out there simping. I was walking around Coral Castle like this is one big castle of someone simping, man. What is this? Oh, there's a mystery behind how these rocks got. It ain't no mystery. He's a simp. He doesn't know how to act. All right. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why would you build the whole castle for her? She left you. Focus on yourself. Build the castle for you, king. Oh, the whole time I was mad. The whole time I was mad over at Coral Castle. Let's go over here to the chat. What's going on? All right. These chats have been lit recently. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the love. All right. So I'm in Coral Castle thinking to myself, like, this guy should have been doing this for himself to make a legend about how someone stood you up and that you wish she would come back. It's not a good look, man. You're not really coming off like you're in control of your life. What you built was amazing. All right, you know, I'm going to go ahead and say something nice. What you built was amazing, okay? Whoever you are, I forgot your name. It's good, but over a girl that left you, man. Here in Miami, especially here in Miami, you could have gone up to Miami Beach with that money instead. You would have been finding a new girl immediately. Instead of using the money for Coral Castle, you go over to Miami Beach, you start splurging a little bit. You know, back in the day, what did they have? The speakeasies in there, right? You go in there, you find yourself a nice little flapper. You give her some Coca-Cola with the cocaine still in it. Next thing you know, you back in the game. Why would you? Whatever. All right? You do your thing. That's how you want to go down in history. You'll never hear a story like that coming from me. Leave Johnny Depp alone. I'm not talking about Johnny Depp. This is some other guy from back in the 1800s, I believe, when he built this thing over in Homestead. But anyways, yeah, so when it comes to Homestead, not much to do. The stories are a little underwhelming. But I believe that Homestead can be a place where you can call home if you can't afford the inland Miami area. If you really think about it, yeah, that's true. Like, if you ever want to go someplace, and that's still considered Miami, and you don't want to pay the prices of housing that's in the Brickell, Wynwood, Miami Beach, Coral Gables area, you can go way down south. There's plenty of land, plenty of cattle. You live the farm life, and then, whenever you feel like you want to get that party bug handled, right? If you ever get bitten by that thing where it's like, I gotta go out, man. I gotta see some women. I gotta go do some blow. I gotta drink. You just drive an hour up north. It's worth it to pay Homestead prices instead of inland Miami prices, and it's only an hour drive. I say it's worth it. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I'm gonna go buy property over in Homestead, just so I can have myself a nice place. You can actually flex that. If you use the right words, you go out into the nightlife and you start talking to the women, and you go and she's like, well, where do you live by? I got a farm in Homestead. Oh my God. What? You should see the animals. Oh, you should see the animals I'm raising there. Okay, in the distance you can hear owls. When was the last time you saw an owl in Miami? They're over in Homestead, baby. Okay? I got goats. I got, last I heard there was a farm full of ostriches in Homestead. I think that's true. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. I got an ostrich. All right, I got a couple of pigs running around. I got a horse. You don't even need to buy a ring. The horse will take care of it. You just prop a horse in front of your house. People know you've got a shotgun in there. Any house you see a horse standing around it, they're armed, okay? They're going to stand their ground. All right. Hey, what's going on to everybody over on Instagram? Thanks for tuning in, everybody. In case you guys are brand new to the show, my name is Manny Garavito, and I go live. This is the Miami Comedy Podcast. And what I do is I go live and I talk to people about random things that happen in my life or random things that happen in your life. What do you guys think about Homestead? Put it in on the chat. Have you guys been to Homestead recently? And if you do ever visit Homestead, what is it that you do? I never really go past Kendall. And now that A-Rod called Kendall the hood, I don't really want to go anywhere past that ever again, right? If Kendall's the hood, just imagine what Homestead has looked like with this new label. Does A-Rod even know Homestead existed? As a matter of fact, if A-Rod lived in Kendall, what would his new definition of Homestead be? All right? Oh, those are the slums. Those are where the animals live, and I'm not talking about the cattle. All right? There you go, everybody. In case you guys are looking for a show this evening, I'm going to go ahead and segue this new event. Tonight, we've got a brand new show. Well, no, not really brand new. It's like we're on our 6th or 7th show here, but still brand new. It's called The One on Sunset. It's in Coral Gables. It's on US 1, past Sunset Mall, right across the street from UM. If you're hungry, if you're looking for something to drink, whether it be craft beer, wine, or some cocktails, and if you want to socialize with the people that like stand-up comedy, this is a great dinner show to check out. It's called The One on Sunset Restaurant, and that show will be tonight at 9 o'clock. That show has been so much fun these past few events that I want to go ahead and let you guys know that tonight is not going to be any different. As a matter of fact, it might be even better because we've got a great lineup. We've got some really good Miami comedians on tonight's show. I mean, we always have good comedians, don't get me wrong, but this one is a little extra special. And if you show up, you'll find out why. We do offer seating reservations. Just visit miamicomedy.com/events to go ahead and see your options. We also got buy one, get one drinks where you get this wristband, and every time you buy a drink, you get another drink till the end of the show. It's a great deal because you make your money back through booze, man. All right? And then tomorrow night, we're over at the Tipsy Flamingo, and that's at 9 o'clock as well. Loungy, comfy, cocktails, ladies, lots of neon signs. It's just an overall intimate show. Sunday, but that one is at 8 o'clock. All right, and then Monday, we're back on the cycle. We're back on the grind, the comedy grind. We're doing Red Bar, then Thank You Miami. Then Tuesday at Dom's with JJ, who we were just talking to on the chat, so on and so forth. All right, everybody, that is it for the podcast. Thank you all very much for coming out and supporting the live stream. I'm now doing these daily again, like how I used to do from back in the day. However, if you guys support the YouTube channel by subscribing, miamicomedy.com/YouTube. Subscribe to that channel because that is where the real show is. All right? That is where you see stuff like this. And if you haven't done so yet, Miami, get your Miami Comedy shirts. All right, we got them in white and in black. We're almost halfway through the inventory. I want to thank everybody that's been buying these shirts. Again, these are NFT designs, limited edition, so you can laugh every day in the city of Miami. All right, everybody, that is it for the episode. Again, YouTube. I see Instagram has frozen again. Instagram has been freezing for the last month or so. So if you guys really want to see the show in its entirety, youtube.com is the best way. All right, guys. See you next time. Have a great Saturday. Bye.